Now that's the welcome back reaction.
Well, Barnes.
Hello.
Welcome back. What can I say?
What a welcome.
Thank you very much. We'll pay you all later. That is Rent a Crowd, and this is Bear and Barnes. And
back.
we are back. I know I get stopped in the street very regularly and asked, where's the Bear and Barnes podcast?
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's a long story, but the producers, people were talking to our people and it all broke down. Anyway, that's another story. Do you know that our last show was on the 30th of April, 2024?
Yeah, I did. Do you know why? Because he told us this
And do you
morning.
know how many days ago that is?
A lot.
274 days, current producer.
That's a joke, man.
What have you got to say for yourself? I bet you're embarrassed. He's embarrassed. But anyway, we're back, and before Barnes gets onto some serious stuff, I thought I'd just have a look at the last 274 days.
Is that how long?
274 days, viewer, since we were last on air.
Do you think that our viewer knows that he's been moonlighting for some charlatans in another show?
Let's not go into that.
Okay.
I can't even spell charlatans.
No, nor can I.
No. They were a good band, though.
They were.
Yeah, anyway. So before Barnes gets on, let's have a look. So the last time we did a podcast, it was before the start of the league season. All we had was a couple of pre-season friendlies to talk about.
Yeah.
And that was it. So we got the whole of the cricket season to talk about, and there's a lot to talk about. All the teams, and the women's team, all that stuff. That's you. But what else has happened? We had a thing called a general election.
Did we?
Yes, and that was a landslide victory for the Labour Party, and that means that we have a new budget runner called Rachel Reeves, who has got everything under control.
Is that Rachel?
She told us that. Did you know she was in Oxfordshire today? She was at Siemens.
Can't believe we let her in.
Yeah, she was at Siemens in Oxfordshire, announcing that they're going to build another 15 runways at Heathrow.
Good.
In the next 75 years, which is good. Anyway, so we had a budget, we had a general election, we've got a new Prime Minister called Keir.
Two-tier.
Yes. And there's a new President of the United States of America called Donald
J.
Yes. And we've got a new interesting person floating around politics called Nigel Farage, who thinks he might be the next Prime Minister once Keir has run out of ideas. But I've been told not to be political tonight, so there'll be no more political chat from me. Oh, it says here it's political chaos. Sorry, I didn't write that down. Someone else wrote that down here. Anyway, what else has happened in the last 274 days? Manchester City won the Premier League again, but they might not win it this year. England lost another major tournament final to Spain, and that was 2-1. That was disappointing. So more years of hurt to come on that. Conflicts across the world
The price of wheat
have happened.
Fuel crisis.
There is a ceasefire in Gaza.
Gaza.
Yeah, he played for Newcastle.
Stop drinking.
And we think that Donald Trump thinks he might well win the Nobel Peace Prize. Watch this space. That would be very interesting and very
He is
ironic.
going to drill, baby, drill, though. He told me.
Yesterday was the 80-year anniversary of the closing of Auschwitz-Birkenau. I watched a programme on it last night, very moving. I also watched the Tattooist of Auschwitz, a great series if you haven't watched it, very moving, and it just brings everything back to reality, really.
Very good.
Yeah. So it's another grandchild for the Barnes I've got down here in the last 274
Well,
days.
you clearly didn't watch the last show that he sent through because you congratulated us on that.
Did
on
I?
The last show, yeah.
Well, it's such a long time ago, I've forgotten about it. So you've got 2 grandchildren now?
I got 2, yeah.
Yeah, and so
That's
how's that
it.
going?
Yeah, good. Really good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're going to go through.
Honestly.
You're going to go through births later. Any other births?
Births?
Births.
I thought you said go through some births
We'll go
later.
through girths later if you want to
very
as well, but that's after we've gone off air. And so obviously there've been some sad news as well. Current producer lost his father. Our hearts go out to you, current producer. You're a great man.
It was his mother.
Sorry. And
You got off to a good start.
Other people who've passed away in the last 274 days.
Yeah.
Dame Maggie Smith, Donald Sutherland, Quincy Jones. You've got some of his albums.
I got a Smurfs album. I don't like Quincy Jones.
John Two Jags Prescott. He's
yeah.
gone. Liam Payne, one of my favourite pop artists. Anne Nightingale. Remember her?
Annie Knight, yeah. Radio 1 DJ, yeah.
Franz Beckenbauer,
Good footballer.
David Soul, Hutch to you and me.
Oh, I thought you were on about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one that played for Scotland.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Oh, there is a loss.
Yeah.
Barking mad pal.
O.J. Simpson and his gloves that didn't fit. Rob Burrow,
Tragic.
very tragic, what a man. Sven Goran Eriksson,
Again, very
another
sad.
great man. Chris Christopherson,
Good beard.
yes, good song, good singer. James Earl Jones, the voice, as he was known. Alex Salmond. He's
Got
gone.
booed at the Ryder Cup ceremony.
And at the age of, I think it was 102, ex-President Jimmy Carter.
Oh, yeah, Peanut.
Yeah. So a lot's happened in the last year.
Hasn't it?
Well, last 274 days. But that brings us up to an opportunity to remember a season that we weren't expecting necessarily.
Oh, I agree.
But I think, before we start, your hat?
Well, I just found a hat as I came out because my head gets cold.
All my hats were stolen.
You've worn that
I'm
one before,
I have
anyway.
one. This is the only hat that wasn't stolen.
That's your ferreting hat for
this is
Highbury,
this is
isn't
my
it?
going to the Emirates to watch us be completely useless with that centre forward hat, which is good. Okay.
Could you not afford the embroidery to have all that written around the outside of your hat?
Well, I could do, but I couldn't spell most of it. So anyway, Barnes,
Yeah.
tell us about last season.
It's a long time ago now, wasn't it? Anyway, that intro was very thorough, and I think you've done it deliberately to make sure that the current producer doesn't leave it for another 274 days.
Well, I've got a middle bit and an end bit, which is just
you?
as long. Yeah. So
Bloody
we
crikey.
could be here,
Right,
could be here for a long time.
Right, let's rattle through this. So very quickly, a few congratulations since the last pod, but since the end of the season. Our victorious second team captain, Curtly Slatter, got married to the wonderful Don Dons on the 28th of October. Very fine bash, I have to say.
I know. I presume my invitation was still in the post.
Yes, I think it was, yeah, but very good. Jamie and Katie Lord have had a second baby on New Year's Day. How good is that? Lord
Was
is...
it the first?
No, the second baby.
No. Was it the first baby to be born in
No,
this
the
year?
first. No, I don't think it was, but I think it was pretty close. Not sure the die, but don't ask me questions, Bear, because
Sorry.
I don't have the answers.
Okay,
but I'm
just
pretty
checking.
sure it wasn't.
Good.
But congratulations to them. And Waz Mahmood has had his third child as well. That was born on the 21st of January.
Just shows you that extra fitness testing and staying slim does work.
Yeah, no, he's at full tilt.
procreating at
he's
a fair
full
old
tilt.
rate. Yeah.
So I think that the girls' team look pretty strong going forward, and now we have two young junior boys that will hopefully join the fold pretty soon as well. So that's great.
Good.
Obviously, it was Freddie's birthday the other day,
Freddie Bear was 22 yesterday. That's pretty scary.
isn't it?
Yeah. I did tell him when he was in the womb in 2003, don't you dare come out during tax return deadline month because
Did
your birthday will be miserable for the rest of your life. And he came out on the 28th.
Is that right in the middle of it?
And that's right at the end of it, which
So
is the
that's
worst.
your fault then, because obviously you might have been
No, he was,
involved 9
he was
months
supposed
previous.
to come out in February and he was premature.
Oh, right, okay. I could say something there, but I'm not going to.
Freddie, if you're watching, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. Ollie and Henry making their county debuts this year in
Yes.
2025.
Fantastic,
Congratulations to them.
yeah.
Young Freddie Fowler was county player of the year for the under-11s, which is
Freddie Fowler,
outstanding.
a whirlwind of talent flying out. Can only assume that he got all of that from his mother.
Well, I'm not so sure that's true either. I've got written down here, decent milkman. That's all I've got. So anyway, Stevie Roberts taking his 600 Churwell wicket.
Have we got a, there it is, there he is. Look at him.
606. I thought that was a 5
That's
live
a
phone in, but
yeah.
I think that's how he finished the season. But that's quite remarkable.
Is he
really.
smiling in that photograph?
No.
I can't see.
No,
when
no,
he's-
the wind's blowing, or you thought he's just cracking out the back
I didn't
door.
think, I didn't think he was
that's
smiling.
what
But well done, Stevie Roberts. What a
that
legend.
that is unbelievable.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I'll quickly, without trying to bore too many people, we start with the last year's champions, which was our fourth team. They were the only team that champs. They went up into Division 7B, finished 5th in the league and finished much closer to the top than they did at the bottom. So well done to those boys. Their shining lights were Clive Whitby, that ended up with Player of the Year, scoring 240 runs at an average of 46. So well done, Clive. Leading wicket taker, some bloody Aussie with cranky fingers, who's clearly an immigrant, ended up taking 10 wickets at an average of 21.9. It was their leading wicket taker.
Unbelievable.
Which is very good. Special mentions to one or two of the youngsters, though, that have done very well in that league as well, even though they're not youngsters. But Will Owens, he ended up third in the batting with an average of 42.64. So well done, Will. So that's pretty good. Third team. They finished in 5th, which is the same as the 4th, and they were only 2 or 3 points different. You look across the league, played the same amount of day, won the same amount of games, just a bit different in bonus points. But another good season for Tom and his boys. But Sholto Hunt, very, very talented young man, ended up with an average of 37 with his high score of 92, was the leading run scorer for the second team, along with Chris Oliver. As we all know, Chris is a very good keeper, a very good cricketer, but Freddie taking the gloves mean that Bino's gone into the 2, so Chris has gone into the 3s and obviously made a bit of an impact there. And good news is he is sticking about, because 1 or 2 other clubs were sticking a couple of jelly tots under his snozzer to let him go.
We don't want any poaching.
No, Joe Bota, again, we all know is a very talented young man, so he's up there in the top 5 as well, which is fantastic, along with the skipper. Stevie Roberts, 41 wickets at an average of 10.54.
He'll never make it. He'll never make it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, surprise, surprise, Stevie Roberts was 13th Player of the Year, but the old boy just keeps churning it out. I was going to leave the second team till last, because they romped it and they were champions.
Unbelievable performance.
Absolutely fantastic. First time, I think that, I know the second team has been in Cherwell Div 1, so that's a remarkable effort. Their star man was Kirtley, led the way as captain, and he ended up with an average of just over 30, but scored nearly 500 runs. Ethan Davey with 400 runs, an average of 40, which is brilliant. And obviously Frankie Crouch gets a mention. Sam Herbert, now some people would say burglar, Dick Turpin. He robbed his way to 32 wickets at an average of 10.
Always getting wickets, Sherbs.
Just flighted filth.
No. But the seconds were consistently the best team in that league all the way through.
Yeah. Waz Mahmood had 29 wickets, Gus Watts had 25 wickets, all bowled over 110 overs, those 3, so they were key to all. Quick story about Sherbs.
He's a good player, that Gus Watts.
Nah, don't worry about it. He's so end of season bash, we end up back at Fowler's, everything's quite merry, Sherbs is having a great time, Badger's got a stable door, and I'm just sitting one side of it, and all of a sudden Sherbs' mum's turns up. She is fuming, because she'd been sitting outside for 40 minutes waiting for that fat lump to finish drinking. So I'm not sure if he'll be allowed to play cricket this year. But anyway, Sherbs, well bowled, very good. Moving quickly on to the first team, we finished 5th in the league. Whether or not we've overachieved or not, but I've made a note down here. The last 2 games, we lost to Datchet and Wokenham, and they were the 2 teams that got relegated. So we should have ended up with about 28 more points, which should have put us 4th between Wickham and Rowan.
I think more to the point, we left some games out there last season where we were in undisputed match-winning situations, and we just didn't manage to finish off. At least 3. 2 we ended up drawing, and 1 we actually lost at Finch Hampstead, where we had them 7 wickets down, both batsmen on naught, and they won the game by putting on 110 in the last wicket. That's a learning curve, but I think what we did is we surprised a lot of people last year.
Well, I was going to say, that's the negative side of it. The positive side, that if we'd have thought we'd have finished, I think the main aim was just to stay up, but to finish literally less than 30 points off the top. Wickham won the league by a point over Finch, must be gutted because they were winning all the way through, but Tom Ettridge led the way with the ball with 29 wickets at an average of 13, Shem 25 wickets with an average of 25, and Ollie Armstrong got 24 wickets at an average of 20. And in the rankings in the league, Tom Ettridge was 7th out the whole of the home counties Prem, Shem was 16th, and Ollie was 17th, which is fantastic. Moving quickly on, I got to mention it, otherwise I should get throttled. Will ends up with 517 runs at an average of 34.
It's not bad for the worst player in the league.
The worst player in the league, opening up here on a green top at 11 o'clock, but I didn't say that, but it's what happened. And obviously Freddie Smith ended up with 679 runs at an average of 42.44. And this beautiful cap here, Bear, which I'm sure you know about. Yeah. Do you want me to read it to you?
Yeah,
Home Counties Premier League season 2024. Most runs in Division 1, Freddie Smith, Oxford Downs EC, 679. Now, you can see that on the camera.
It's by far the nicest prize I've ever seen.
It's
unbelievable.
magnificent.
I mean, this feels as though it's got real gold on it.
I'm not sure about that.
Do you think
but
it has?
As one of those sort of tassel, I've seen these in some of those late night Channel 4 shows. It's a hell of a tassel. But congratulations, Freddie. That is brilliant. And
it's a great, and Freddie's already said that he'd love it to be hanging up somewhere in the.
Can I just make a quick suggestion that we put that in a case don't just leave it hanging up, because somebody will get peed up and then stick it on the red and it'll be ruined. So I think that needs to go in a nice glass case.
Badger said he would put it up, which means
I know,
that it's
but
not
where?
But the trouble is, if Badger puts it up, everyone is going to be able to reach it. So we need someone taller to do. Need someone taller to put it up, so that not only 50% of the people in the club will be able to reach it.
But I think that needs to go in a glass case, because that's pretty special, and it may not ever happen again in this club. So
that's good. Well,
that needs
hopefully
to
it will. Not necessarily, but I think the one thing. Has he? Good. That's
well, good, because he's even shorter than him, so that's really ideal.
Actually, if Richard Dunk stands on Badger's shoulders, we probably get about the right height where we want it, and behind the bar.
A Duncan Badger.
Yeah, exactly.
So just quickly onto the women's team.
Yes.
Because they're not to be forgotten. So Amy King was the Player of the Year. She got that for her batting with an average 11.67, and Connie Bowden. You heard of her?
I haven't. Apparently, she's got a good arm.
Brilliant fielder.
Yes.
She ended up as a top wicket taker, taking 12 wickets. So well done to
One of the highlights of last season, without a shadow of doubt, was that bullet arm that came in from the boundary to run out their star batsman.
Good, because
we loved that, didn't we?
It'd have been 4 overthrows because no one was backing up. But it was a brilliant
champagne moment of the season.
But it was their first year, very well done, and look forward to making sure that they keep improving on their way forward with the women's team. But so well done to Amy.
Well, they certainly know how to
party.
If what I saw on Instagram was to go by. They were out partying heavily for a long time.
Yeah.
And that included the current producer's daughter.
I heard.
Creme de menthe frappes all night for her, apparently.
Gorilla snots, the whole bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So that completes my summary of the season, actually, Bear.
Well, I think.
Will actually said Henley wanted to leave Matt.
What did I say?
Not Henley. You said Wickham, I
think. No, I did say Wickham. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's even clearly written Henley CC at the top, won by a point.
Look, that's just semantics. Don't worry about that. So just, I mean, it was fantastic, the seconds winning, because our aims, two of our major aims at the top end of the club were for the first team to maintain their place in the league, and for the second team to get up to the Division 1, so that it's actually not such a big gap between first and second team cricket, and that was key. Now that we've done that, the next stage is for the 3s and the 4s to start edging their way up to sensible places in the leagues. It's got to be our sort of major target for this year.
I think we forget that the end of 2 seasons ago, the end of the 23 season, they won 8 games on the trot because they were rock bottom. So out of 27 games, they've lost 1 in that level, which is just great. And the good thing about it is a pretty solid old team. I think Phil made a big difference coming in as sort of coach and getting them a little bit more organised, a bit structured.
Was he a bit of a hard taskmaster, I hear?
No, Phil just gets it. He's a brilliant cricket coach and he's a brilliant man manager. So, Kurt's done a good job as skipper, and there's obviously 1 or 2 that are always upset because they should be at the batting order. But you could have really gone anybody from almost 3 to 9 in that batting order and just picked the names out of the hat. So
one of the things that happened in the second team during last season was the advent of the croc. So they actually, obviously, spotted that I've been wearing Crocs for some time, wanted to be like me, and actually made that their footwear of choice for the whole season with the little baby sheep.
So they were the lambs. Yeah. So I think once you settled in and Kurt liked you, then you were
awarded a
lamb. So.
But the senior people weren't allowed a lamb; they had to have a full-size sheep in their croc.
That's right.
So I've got a full-size sheep in my croc.
Have you?
I was very pleased to see them actually appreciating what a fine clothing accessory a croc is.
Are you getting sponsored by them or not?
Well, no, not at all. No.
Some people say you talk a croc of something, but I don't know what they mean.
And just going back to the ones are going to find it much harder next year, because there were definitely 5 teams we played against that thought they were going to rock up and roll all over us. There were a bunch of village cricketers that didn't know on one end of the bat from another, and they didn't get the respect that they deserved until it was almost too late, and we'd won 4 or 5 games by then.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen this season. Freddie's going to be a mark man. The worst cricketer in the league, Will's going to be a mark man.
He's terrible. I really don't know how he gets on.
And they're going to be out to get us. So we're going to be marked, but I think we've got the ability at that level to hold our own again.
You made a good point earlier on. Cockle's coming back, even though he's one of my sons. But he coming back is like a brand new signing, because he can bat bowl. He's one of the best fielders we've got. He will bring an energy that was probably lacking. I think George made a massive difference coming back in last year, because he made everybody feel relaxed, because he's as mad as a goose. But God, is he talented. Yeah. So I think there's more runs to come from him and Maz, and obviously Cockle's coming in. Tommy Cosford didn't have anywhere near the season he would have wanted. So there's a few boys there who've probably got a bit of a point to prove improve as well. You know, Warren skippered pretty well. You know, he bowled well, like you've always said. When he runs in and hits a deck, he bowls much
He
better.
needs to really put it in. Yeah.
Ollie will be a year older, stronger, more experienced. And I just want to say to Loz, you know, I hope the recovery's going well.
What news do we have on Loz?
I know that he's been he's sort of on the treadmill. I'm not sure he's pushing it too hard. He's obviously doing what the surgeons have told him, but it was a pretty serious injury, and I know he was. So hopefully, with enough people around him, Loz will be back. I don't know when, but you know, he's a great loss. So
absolutely. Well, let's hope. And obviously, we had our overseas Chem baby, and we've what a fantastic addition he was to the side. He was a great guy. It was lovely when his mum and his wife came over and his daughter. So that's fantastic. We've got some pictures of him there. He's actually, I don't know, are they out there again now? Is he actually out there? So viewer,
he's 22. He never got that many for us.
Just because of the training he got at Oxford Downs, he's actually playing for Barbados first-class cricket as we speak. And what's he on? 17 not out?
22.
22 not out, which would be a career best for him here last season.
Well, that's his total score last year. He's faced 53 balls, and he certainly didn't do that.
And so we're really pleased to see Chem Baby, who and what a great catcher he was as well. We had some great champagne moments. Have we got some Chem Baby? We can put.
Use your collective mind in a minute and start singing at him.
I know, I will. Yeah.
That's why he said he wanted to come back.
So this is.
Oh, London, New Zealand. That was.
We introduced him to Guinness.
Thatcher's.
Catch. Oh my word!
A floaty old full toss.
He's got him with an absolute pie. Chem baby. Chem baby.
That's the point, though, isn't it? That's not. Your maths is brilliant. No wonder you're an accountant. That's out in a cricket match.
Oh my God! Chem baby! He sprang like a salmon through the sky, and he caught the ball.
Have you ever done that?
Never ever doubt him. What a catch! It's a worldie. Woo!
He's trouble is you're in now. He's going to show off even more, isn't he? Yeah. That was a stunner.
What a catch! We've seen some catches today, but that's right up there with them.
Catcher. We're back live, Bet.
So look, I didn't hear the commentary, but I have seen it before, so I apologise for getting rather excited about some of those catches on that. But he was a great catcher, and as you say, he got quite a few wickets. He got runs at the start of the season, but then found it a bit harder.
Well, he hit the ball further than he went on holiday, but didn't do it very often.
Yeah, no. But I mean, what a lovely guy he was as well.
What does that mean?
And
there he is.
Yes, there.
There he is, Chem baby.
Yeah.
Very sort of Viv Richard-esque, really. Maybe not.
No,
anyway.
perhaps not. So obviously, he's not coming back. And we have a new overseas coming, and you know all about him.
I know nothing about him.
But we've got a video.
I can tell you, though, today he's playing...
Hang on, you do know something about him.
He's playing in a first-class game, I think, today, and he's taken 5 for 40 for 10 overs. So, there we go.
And he bowls left-arm spinners.
Harry Tweakers.
Orthodox, as we used to call them in the old days.
Has he got a name?
Louis
Vuitton. Dalport, as in Venus Dalport.
Louis Dalport sounds as though
South African.
He might have been on one or two films that I watched when I was a teenager.
Late night Channel 4 numbers.
Probably inappropriate, but... is he out? Oh, this is Louis Wicket.
Oh, this is Louis Wicket,
So
sorry.
We're off again there.
It looks like he's playing the air guitar there.
Yeah.
Are we not?
Your mics are still moving.
Good.
Oh, so this is the first time I've seen him in action.
Look at the keeper, he's keen there.
Against Wellington, first-class cricket.
That's going down legs, son.
I think that Freddie Bear might have to keep his wits about him on the stumping front with this guy, because he looks like he gives it a bit of a rip.
But do you notice that wicket? It's not really green. We'd be playing on the strip alongside it.
Little edge there. It's gone. First ball, Louis Dalport. What a breakthrough. Josh Finney's gone. Himself in the shower in the last game. Very first delivery. Dalport comes on. Little bit of turn. He takes the bucket hat off. And the bucket gloves find the edge. He's not a prodigious turner of the ball by any stretch. Yes! Oh my goodness! Got another one! That one turned a mile! Oh! Louis.
Do a bit of that in comms.
Yeah, I think we probably best do it off camera.
Yeah, so he's obviously not a shy guy, is he? So he's
No.
So he'll fit in well at Oxford Downs Cricket Club.
Well,
I
we
would
should
think.
make him feel very welcome. We'll get him on the podcast and rip it out with him.
What we want, and it's what we wanted for a long time, is someone that can absolutely clear up tails when we're having to play red ball cricket and they're blocking out.
Well, that makes it quite nice because I've missed a bit here about Freddie being the leading wicket keeper for catches in the Home Counties Premier League with 24 catches, 0 stumpings. Now, I don't remember sitting there going, oh, Christ, Freddie, you've missed another stumping. Dan Lincoln with 11 stumpings and Ross Richardson with 6 stumpings. So that tells us something, one, about the wickets we've been playing on at home, and secondly, do we turn it enough? Just putting it out there. Over to you, Bear. I'm done for the night.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Well, you have no, because
What did I say?
you're never done. You're never done. You're there to add insightful comments. And we have a new master in charge of cricket.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
My old opening partner from 1926, Darrell Woods. Yes, he and I opened the batting for Oxfordshire Colts in 1926, and he's still going. Well done, Woodsy. Congratulations on your position, and I'm sure you will be absolutely brilliant. And I'm sure we at some stage will get you up here. Although obviously we don't want you to be quite as loud, as noisy as you are when you do your thing. Ooh.
And if you step
Why
out
is
of
he
line,
doing
Woodsy,
that?
we'll be telling
Yeah.
you, who's this old boy here?
I don't know. Right, so I told you, Barnes, that we weren't going to do a quiz,
Oh, you've done me, have you?
but I lied. In fact, it's a really straightforward quiz because I knew we were going to be slightly long. And tonight, if you remember, Barnes, this is a unique night in football. There are 18 Champions League games
There's
going
only
on
one
as
team
we
at the
speak.
top.
And we'll get on to that in a minute.
you.
So there's a lot of football going on tonight. So we don't want to drag on because I know that a lot of people want to get back and watch Manchester City not qualify. Although, are they winning? I don't know. Anyway, so I've done a very, very quick quiz. It's only 10 questions and it's yes or no answers. And you can't say both or neither as an answer.
I got the feeling I'm being stitched up.
So Klopp or Slot?
You said yes or no. What do I say to that?
No,
yes.
Well, choose which one.
Oh, Klopp.
Klopp instead of Slot.
Well, he's won the Champions League. He's won every cup available. Slot's in his first year doing a great job. But as it stands...
So what you're saying...
But
is
it's like Badger coming into the comms box and saying, would you rather comms with him or you? Well, like you, because you've been doing it longer.
Is that the only reason?
No.
I don't think so. No,
Klopp.
Badger, don't start crying. Don't start crying,
I
Badge.
think Arnie
Anyway,
Slot's
right.
done brilliantly
Question
well.
number 2.
Yeah.
Gus or Will? It didn't take us long to get to the serious points, did it?
My grandchildren.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah, thanks.
Right. Finn or Marcus for fly half? Oh. I know you're Welsh.
If my life
and
depended on it, I'd go Finn.
But if you wanted to win the rugby match, you go Marcus.
I'd go Finn because Finn is a better 10 for controlling a game at that level.
So, and Marcus at fullback?
No, Marcus Smith is more talented than Finn, but there's a difference between a talented, flary, brilliant rugby player to a 10 that can control a game. And Finn Baxter, that's the prop. Finn Smith controls the game better as a 10 than Marcus Smith.
So if you
I'd
play-
rather watch Marcus
If
Smith.
you play Finn Smith at fly half,
Yeah.
do you risk Marcus Smith at fullback
Depends
ahead
who-
of Freddie
depends-
Stewart or something
Depends
like
who
that?
the oppo is.
Yeah. Because Freddie Stewart is not quick enough to play on the wing. Anyway, sorry,
He's not, he's a fullback.
we're not going on. We're not selecting the team. A second row is selecting the team. So, to be honest with you, anything can happen.
Do you know when he played in the Autumn Internationals years ago? Do you know, in the engine room, do you know what his total metres carried in 4 games in the Autumn International?
20.
1.
Well done. Give him the job. Right. Question number 4. Freddie Watts or Freddie Bear?
You silly arse.
And is it true that he's named after Freddie Bear?
You can't ask. You'll have to speak to Will. It's
will.
not Fred West, is it?
Question. Moving on. Farage or Badenoch?
Oh, goody. Yeah, Nige. Good for real ale sales.
Good for us. Good. All right. The Apprentice or Dragon's Den?
Christ. Dragon's Den, I guess, but yeah, I've got no interest in either.
Is The Apprentice start tonight or is it
I
tomorrow?
think so, yeah. And for that reason,
Yeah. Guinness Zero or Coke Zero?
Coke Zero.
You know, I like Guinness Zero.
What, you're going to have Guinness? Have a Guinness.
Yeah, fair enough. Good. Shorts or jeans?
Shorts.
Okay. Only fools and horses or men behaving badly?
Only fools and horses.
Oh, do we agree with that? Only fools and horses or men Really? Interesting. I'm younger. I'm so much younger than you.
One is a national treasure and the other one was just what me and you would have been like if we had lived together at college.
And finally, and this is not anything to do with women, but sweet or savoury?
So I've got to choose between steak and chocolate. Have I got to give an answer?
No, cheese and onion crisps or chocolate?
Chocolate. Sweet.
Chocolate.
I think.
Freddie Bear has this thing about chocolate-covered crisps.
That's weird. But look at the trousers.
Has anyone had chocolate-covered crisps here?
No, but I eat chocolate and crisps together.
Do you? Listy,
Yeah,
Listy,
no, yeah.
Listy eats chocolate and crisps together. I don't.
Yeah, but look at the state of his barnet.
Yes.
Look at the state of his barnet and your son's trousers.
Viewer, you can't see this, but Listy has got a new hairdo for this year.
Is
and
it
it's
a ponytail or a
quite
top knot?
extraordinary is the only way I can describe it.
Is it a ponytail or a top knot? Because my old man always said to me, don't trust a man with a ponytail. Why, Dad? Because if you lift up a pony's tail, what do you see? There you go.
Right.
Best you get some scissors.
Well, that was your quiz, Barnes, and you failed it.
Good.
So unlucky.
Thank you all.
Right, so thoughts for this season coming up. I know we've still got 3 months before the start of the season, but we need to start thinking about the beautiful days out there, the sun, the balmy sunshine that lasts for months and months and months. You and me in our shorts and t-shirts in the bear pit. You know,
Freezing
we've
on
got to
that
think about
side.
So what are your thoughts on this season? What are our areas of priority? What do we want to achieve?
I think for the club's point of view, and I don't want to put any pressure on Tommy Ling, but I think the thirds, if they can manage to get up into that next division, will really, really help, because the gap now between the second team and the third team is quite big. But I understand that's a tough gig, and Tom's done a brilliant job over a number of years and getting the team to where it is now. So I'm not putting any pressure on, just purely saying from the club perspective that would be really good. Obviously the first team, if they finish where they finished off last year, great, because like you said, we're not a surprise package anymore, we're a proper outfit. And one or two people coming in, I don't know if there's going to be any new signs, but people like Powley coming in last year made a massive difference.
He is
as
barking
well.
mad, though.
Absolutely, but when you should see him at rugby,
with him and George in the same team, it is of a concern.
he is sensational on a night out as well. So I think first team staying where they are. Third, if they can get up the level, the first team doesn't really matter what they do because they can't go up anyway, but they don't want to be coming down the second team. But I think they'll be all right in that league. And obviously if the fourths can creep somewhere near the top, then that'll be great.
So I've got, honestly, Barnes, you and I could have been brothers. I've got consolidation for the first and seconds because they can't go any further up.
Yeah.
And attempted promotion for thirds and fourths if they can.
Yeah.
That's where we want to go. And the ladies, I've got down here, more fixtures for the ladies. For the women. And is a league on its way? Are we getting a formal league?
They're going to the Home Counties Premier League and they're coming in Division 3 South.
Division 3 South of the Home Counties Premier League. I like the sound of that.
I want to say something, but I don't want to be controversial, right? I think that I don't know what the structure is, etc., but I think the girls need greater help to become better cricketers. And the more you win, the more you enjoy it, the harder you work, the better the results. So I don't know what the right solution is or the right words, but I really want them to achieve, but you don't achieve unless you put bloody lot of hard work in and they're being led in the right way.
It'll be good to see. I have no idea what that standard's like, but it is nice for us occasionally to be able to commentate on that as well. So and hopefully during the season we will get the opportunity to commentate on that.
I think people that understand the game, the girls need to understand the game, whether or not it's backing up, when to change a field, etc., because that will save. If you're a little bit smarter than the oppo, that will win you more games than you're not.
Yeah.
And we're not expecting them to go out and all crash hundreds and bowl like Connie, but there needs to be something that makes them better, and that's a big collective.
Playing at that level of league cricket is going to attract some players as well, I guess.
You need somebody like Listy with his ponytail to coach them or something.
Listy could probably get away with it as well. So, but yeah, so I've got a lot of hope for this season. I've got a lot of hope for the new bear pit because as we speak, I can hear the grinding of things happening to the bear pit, which are going to make it. Apparently, we're getting a completely perspex side.
Is it that guy over there? That's not grinding, it's grinder he's on.
So talking of that guy over there, so I'm driving down the motorway last Wednesday on the way to the Emirates, and the M40 on the way to the Emirates, and it's drive time on Radio 5 Live, and I can't remember what they're talking about something, and all of a sudden, after it'd gone to a bit of a news article and came back and said, Paul from Stanlake says you've got to do this, 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 and this, and I went, there's only one Paul in Stanlake who's going to be so knobby and anal about stuff like that, and that's Badger. So I went, call Badger, and he just picked up the phone and said, yes, it was me. What was it, Badge? What was your area of expertise?
It was a description, apparently there was new phrases for the Oxford Dictionary, and one of them was a Brexit tackle.
Ah, a Brexit tackle.
It was a very forceful tackle, where it is a 52-48 tackle, like a 50.
So Badger is, if you want to know what a Brexit tackle is, but anyway, how did you get through? I've tried to get through many times on that programme and they just go away. Badger's obviously got a direct line.
So did you sing There's Only One Paul in Stanlake when he came through or not? No. But then you realise it was him, and then you realise what he's singing, he was ringing up about. You still talking to him?
It's unbelievable.
What is all that about?
Unbelievable. Badger is just one of these people that gets places. Which is why I've got full confidence that the next time we see the Bear Pit, it's going to be like one of those £1 million show homes, motorhomes or whatever you call them. Yeah. It's going to be great.
It's going to be.
I'm so looking forward to it.
It's going to be like we're glamping.
I'm very much looking forward to it. So thanks for all you're going to do in the next 3 months, Badge. Right. Okay. So that just leaves us with one bit on my agenda, and that is predictions for 2025. Barnes, I've got my answers here, and we're going to see how yours compare with mine.
Okay, my love.
Question number 1.
Yes.
Premier League winners.
Oh. Well, funny enough, I was watching the show, the last show that we did, and you started taking the rise out of me because Liverpool had just had a really bad spot and fell out of the title race. So we should go on and win it, otherwise it's going to be a pretty tough end of the season.
So you're going Liverpool?
Yeah, I got to, haven't I?
Sure.
I've gone Liverpool because I can't see that anyone is going to be 9 points better than them between now and the end of the season.
Come on, you Spurs.
But I do.
No, definitely not Spurs, Donkey. No, Spurs. I did say to a couple of Spurs fans I know, please let me know what you're doing next season, because we've got a couple of corporate hospitality seats at the Kassam Stadium, and we'll get you to come along and watch Oxford when they played Spurs when they come, because that's on the cards. Spurs are getting sucked in. Southampton, Ipswich, and Tottenham. They're the 3 to go down. And how is your one and only season in the Premier League going? Enjoying?
I think it's going all right. I think
Good.
Wolves
Yeah.
is at the target.
Okay.
Question from the audience.
A question for the audience. Go on.
Is it Liverpool win the league or Man United go down?
Me personally.
So the question was for you, because they might not be able to. So the question was, would you prefer Liverpool to win the league or Manchester United to go down? And that was directed at Liverpool fans.
I just want to say, Paul, you're taking no credit for that, because that's the question I asked you earlier.
It's called a rebound. It's called a rebound question.
Listen, it's a real toughie, but for me, I'd love to see Man United get relegated, because I think it would ruin them as a club. It would be one of the greatest days of my life. I'd love nothing more to see Sir Alex Ferguson turning up at Oxford in your box with his massive big red snozzer ready to pop.
Yes.
Moving on.
That'll be fun. Right. Six Nations.
Donald J. Trump. What?
Six Nations.
Who's going to win it?
Yes.
There's only one team who's going to win it, and they've got a channel between us and the rest. It's not the Irish one.
Okay. So Italy.
That's very good. I think France is the best team in Europe, and they are just...
I've gone England.
Good shout.
I've gone England.
I don't think you're a million miles off.
Who's going to win the Women's Euros?
I have absolutely no interest, don't care.
Yeah, that's not one of the answers.
Spain.
That's what I've gone for, Barnes. You
Yeah,
see?
good. And then one of the politicians
Honestly,
can kiss him, and then that'll be the end of him as well. That'd be funny.
Wimbledon men's singles title.
Oh, who? Kisner. No, what's his name? He was the one that's been done for drugs,
Sinner.
but they're letting it him.
Sinner. I've gone Sinner. Sinner.
Yeah, that would do.
Yeah, because we're both sinners, so we like that. And the women's?
Yeah, I was going to Billie Jean King, so I think we need to, HSBC community or whatever it is.
I'm going Raducanu. I think Emma Raducanu is going. You heard it here first, viewer. Emma Raducanu is going to win Wimbledon women's title this year. Shh.
No, but she's done something in sport none of us could ever do.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
don't
Right.
write her off.
European Cup men's.
As in the Champions League?
Yes.
It's a job to look past Real Madrid, but if we keep going the way we're going, yeah, I'm going to go Real Madrid.
I've got Arsenal.
That's brilliant! That's absolutely brilliant.
They're one down with Girona.
My Girona.
Yeah, who sang that? Cheap Trick. Was it?
One all down.
Was it the Jay Gars band? It was like
I can't
was
see
it Cheap Trick or Jay Gars band that sang?
I just want to
Girona?
say,
Yeah,
while you've got your manager, he's too emotional to win anything, right? He's absolutely barking. He got a yellow card the other day for crying over a fucking throw-in. It's nuts. And half of your fans definitely need some help.
Our throw-ins are the worst part of our game. If we don't take so long we get booked, we do a foul throw at the end of it.
No,
the whole thing's
because the
completely
throwing went the other way. I just
Yeah,
think he is
Yeah.
getting better,
Yeah.
but I just think he's too
Anyway,
high-strung.
so when we've got the game back against Verona, right, women's European...
Football, Spain. We've done that one.
No, the Champions League, women.
Oh, wouldn't have a clue. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, don't care.
I've gone Chelsea. Yeah, see, I told you it wouldn't take long. I've gone Chelsea. Right. Home county's premier position for the first team.
We need to go one better, so I want us to finish fourth.
I've gone fifth because I'm Conservative, being in the county. And the Division 1 Charwell League for the second
I
position.
think they finished third or fourth.
Oh, I've gone second. I think second.
Okay.
Thirds and fourths, I've got both going to win their league.
So I think that the fourth will probably go up one more spot, and the third, I want to see the thirds fighting for promotion, but if they finish in the top three, they've done well.
We'd be very happy if all those things happened. We'd be very happy, wouldn't we?
Yeah, that'd be great.
It'd be fantastic. And we'd be here at the end of the season doing our presentations, and it would be chaos.
Well, if we get invited
I
back.
have to say, the party at the end of last season was amazing. It was a great party.
Yeah, thanks, Badge.
Badger in his videos was fantastic. Right, that is the end of the agenda. We just need to know when we are, viewer, going to have more regular podcasts. We've been promised by the current producer to slip it. If we slip him a little bit of a backhander, then we can have them every month.
What, a reverse gooseneck?
Every month is feasible and possible.
Yeah, I think we need to do that.
And then what we'll start doing is we'll have guests on as we get closer to the start
But
of
also,
the season.
if there is anybody watching the Stotford Downs, we do want to make sure that this is not just about the Downs because it gets boring.
Yeah.
We need to open up to any grassroots cricket club. So if you've got any fundraisers, some Herbert's been round your driving all over your wicket and ruined it, or someone's broken in and nicked all the kids' stuff, let us know. We can put a shout out. Put some
We'll
links
probably
on the
get
go for
Dylan Swanepoel back for a slot as
Yeah,
well.
no, that would be really important. He looks like
Dylan
he's-
is still doing his stuff and is a brilliant ambassador for mental health within
Yeah, he
cricket,
was-
etc.
he was
and
great,
all that
but-
sort of. So we'll get him back definitely for a slot.
Yeah.
For an Arnie, as we're going to call him from now on, an Arnie slot.
It's beginning to
but-
look a slot like Christmas.
Exactly. So, I think we're almost at the end of our show. It's, just
Is anybody
about
still watching? Woo-hoo! Well done.
Donkey.
Thank you, the 24.
So, can I say thank you very much to the current producer?
Nice to see him
Thank
again.
you
He's
very
aged.
much
It's been
thank
so
you very
long.
much for Badger. I don't know why he's not out there beavering away.
Because he's on Radio
Did
5
Badger's
Live.
beaver?
No, they just...
So working on. I think I'm so excited about what it's going to look like when we see it next. So excited.
He's got a slot on 5 Live tomorrow morning.
Anyway, so thank you for the production team. Yeah, what's Chem
where's
doing?
Chem?
What's he on?
24 of 64. The other guy's on 45. Matt
We're going to
Ford.
watch this ball live.
Is this Shem or Shem this end?
That's Shem.
No, Shem's here, 33.
yeah.
Shot boy. 4 holes.
That's 4.
One of the crowd will get it. Oh, no, they were sorry. No, they weren't.
So anyway, thank you very much for all our viewers for viewing. Oh, it went up and down then. See that? And thank you. See you at the next podcast. We'll let you know when it is. But oh right, okay. Just wait. So
Bloody hell.
Liverpool fan had his both hands in the air, which is normally a sign that something's going to be thrown any second. Nice or whatever. Anyway, let's not go into that. Anyway, thank you very much, Barnes. It's good night from me.
It is good night from him.
Good night, Barnes.